I think streamers gotta learn how to respect people in Asia. And I hope like moving forward, we don't see any more of this type of shit. But I kind of doubt it. I think Johnny Somali is like a DC villain. Like once he's taken down, another one is gonna show up. Yeah, he is the dumbest streamer I've ever seen in the world. Because like from what I know, he's not actually making a lot of money. So why is he still doing like whatever he's doing in Asian countries and getting himself in trouble? I don't think Hank is gonna kick him out because I think Hank has already sunk cost fallacy mindset. So he's not gonna do it, man. So this is the new Atozi video about the disrespectful IRL streamer now facing 36 years in Korean prison. And surprise, surprise, it's Johnny Somali, man. So let's take a look.
This disrespectful IRL streamer continues to prove to the world that he is in fact the dumbest streamer to ever walk on earth. Because at this point, I just feel like a broken record as this dude just continues to make an absolute fool out of himself by now threatening the judge and his mother.
This is crazy, judge, bro.
The prosecutor y'all can suck my chest. Yeah. Suck my on soft. Causing anxiety by carrying a fish. Tell the judge you can suck my. I'll bring a fish to your mother's house.
He is now facing.
Yeah, he's kind of downplaying like the actions that he did that got him in trouble in the first place. But my real question is the judge gonna even see this video unless they assign a bunch of officers to follow all his streams, record that shit, transcribe it into Korean and give it to the judge? I don't even know if the judge is even gonna see that.
36 years in South Korean prison, and his genius idea is to threaten the dude who has his freedom in his hands and the judge's mother. Because why not? While we're at it, right?
To be fair, is he really threatening the judge or is he really talking shit? Because a threat would be like, oh, I'm gonna like, you know, go to your house, I'm gonna do this, that. But he just said like, suck my dick. I don't think that's a threat. I think that's a little bit of a clickbait, but you know.
Like I said this on Twitter, but at this point, Johnny is essentially pen testing the South Korean judicial system because he is doing the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing when you're facing serious prison time every step of the way. So, I mean, whatever they end up giving him will send a clear message to the world if South Korea welcomes streamers to 100%. Harass their citizens for content or not. So basically, as some of you guys have noticed,
not just South Korea, right? I think streamers gotta learn how to respect people in Asia. And I hope like moving forward, we don't see any more of this type of but I kind of doubt it. I think Johnny Somali is like a DC villain. Like once he's taken down, another one is going to show up and it's even going to be crazier.
Nobody is rallying to free this dude, like as everyone except for the 20 people who watch his streams in support of him believe he's made his own bed. But
here's the problem, right? Like, is it only 20 people? Because at this point, shouldn't Johnny kind of be an international celebrity? Like, I would think there would be more people actually hate watching his videos or streams. I don't know if Atozi is kind of downplaying it, but I gotta look it up later, man.
Speaking of the robe, from what I can tell before the trial, one of their neighbors saw Hank and Johnny using it to film some video on top of the roof of Hank's apartment building in Seoul. And naturally, they posted this video right after the trial was over.
I have a truth that I am the modern day Letitia Harlan, and I am being assassinated by modern day rooftop Korea.
Dude is talking major shit, man.
That I may not be sentenced to 10 years of hard labor in South Korea.
Nah, man, he's cooked.
Of spilling a cup of noodles. Seriously.
Like, if you notice something about everything Johnny Somali is actually saying, he's downplaying every single crime that he got charged with, right? He's downplaying the fact that he was carrying a stinky fish around Korea, spilling a cup of noodles. Like, he kind of like wants to change the narrative and the story, but I think it's really up to the court to actually like, you know, put him in his place.
That is my main charge.
No, it's not. It's the deepfake charges that are in the main charges. Legal Mindset actually made a chart with all the current charges.
Okay, look at this. You know, if you want to look at this, we got to look at this conservatively and think about like, he's probably only going to get like half or, you know, 1/3 of the penalty. Disrupting 7-Eleven ramen and threats, rotting fish harassment, disturbing bus/metro system, loud music on bus, Korean streamers kiss, bong bong. I don't know what bong bong is. I guess he's not guilty for 2 of these. Oh wait, his plea is not guilty. Okay, but he might be probably charged with guilty. Lade World, I think it's a theme park in Seoul, so I think he probably like started some shit there.
So you see the one in the middle there for the loud music on the bus? Well, that was just added, and he pled guilty for that one as well. So in total, he's already pleaded guilty to 5 of these charges, and then you have the 2 serious ones, which are the deepfake charges, which hold a maximum of 10.5 years in Korean prison each. And
that's the thing, right? Even if it's the maximum is 10.5 years, do you really think they're gonna throw the book at him? Like, they might give him like maybe a decade, right? But the second charge, they're gonna like, you know what, this guy's already kind of... Just give him 2, give him 3. But if you really think about it, overall, he is kind of cooked.
And he pled not guilty, meaning he has to go fight those 2 in court, even though he live streamed himself doing what he's being accused of. Then to make things worse for him, and because of those pleas, the next court date, apparently witnesses will be testifying against him. I mean, just imagine throwing away your life to be that unfunny. Dude's no civil rights martyr. He's a guy who made a living off of harassing strangers in public and live streaming their reactions against their will for profit. And because he goes way over the line for some basic attention online, he's now facing a maximum prison sentence of 36 years in South Korean prison.
Okay, but that's the problem, right? Like, Atozi keeps talking about the maximum prison sentence, but we want to hear what the reality is gonna be. I don't think he's gonna serve all 36 years. I think at most, he might serve maybe 5 to 10. You know what I mean? I don't know. It seems kind of a stretch for 36.
And clearly, this is getting to both of them, both him and his friend Hank. Because now that Johnny has decided to actually fight these charges, that means he's Hank's problem for even longer. Or well, this is until Hank does the logical thing of just kicking him out from his apartment, because let's be real here, Johnny, he's made his own bed. But Dr. Ulrich Node, who was with us in the first court hearing, he actually...
I don't think Hank is going to kick him out, because I think Hank has already sunk cost fallacy mindset. So he's not going to do it, man.
Went again and shared the notes with us of the court transcription so everyone can actually know exactly what happened in the second court hearing. So 10 a.m., the judge enters the courtroom and everyone stands. Before this, a court officer instructed everyone to turn off their phones. The audience includes individuals from various backgrounds such as Australian, Pakistani, Korean, Korean American,
he got an international audience,
and African American. There are about 10 people present. 10 a.m., the case begins. Johnny Somali is scheduled for 10:40 a.m., but when the time comes, he is not in the courtroom.
Wow,
Earlier,
really?
his and Hank's voices were heard in the corridor, but they are not present now. So, I mean, the dude is late for his second court case. He was really late for the first one. Apparently, he was late for this one as well. 10:44 a.m., Johnny's still not present, but a public defender enters the room. It's unclear if the defender is assigned to Johnny's case or if there's some confusion.
I wonder if like being late actually affects your case. I don't know if it does. Like, for example, if you're late like 30 minutes, like 2 times, I guess it doesn't help make you sympathetic. Like, the judge is also human, so he's probably gonna like double up the charges on you. That this is crazy, man. Johnny is speed running his way to 36 years in prison.
10:51 a.m. Johnny, also known as Khalid, is called. The court officer notes that Johnny was upstairs, but went downstairs again, and they're waiting for him to return. A minute later, Johnny enters the courtroom, this time without a smile, and sits in the proper seat. The court begins reviewing the charges he previously admitted to. 10:54 a.m. While the judge is checking the files, Johnny winks at me. Meanwhile, Hank, Johnny's accomplice, turns around and tries to intimidate the audience by making a scary face or serious face, which is not effective.
Maybe that's just his resting bitch face, man. I think, you know, I know a lot of people that, you know, they don't want to look mean, but sometimes they just come off as mean. So I don't know about that.
10:56 a.m. The judge asked Johnny if there was any change to his work or address, because remember last time he lied about not knowing his address, and then he also lied about being a student instead of a full-time streamer, which he was at the time. And then essentially by saying there was no change, he effectively lied yet again. But apparently the judge reminds Johnny that he has the right to remain silent, but it appears the judge doubts Johnny's ability to do so. Johnny says there is no change. Following this, the prosecutor reviews the previous charges, including the incident on October 12th, where Johnny caused a disturbance on bus number 471. By playing a loud ape sound and music, forcing the bus to stop. He repeated similar behavior on another bus on the same route, harassing passengers. Additionally, the prosecutor mentions that on October 13th, Johnny created a deepfake video of him kissing another man.
I always wonder, why is deepfake videos very serious in Korea, right? Because I've only known about this ever since the Johnny Somali case became public, that Korea takes deepfake videos very seriously. I think it's about the whole image thing where like Koreans are very self-conscious about their image to other people. So that's why like deepfake videos are taken with extra weight. But I kind of wonder if other Asian countries actually take the deepfake videos as seriously though.
The judge asked Johnny if he would like to proceed with a plea on the deepfake charges. Johnny, through his lawyer, pleads not guilty to the deepfake charges. He asked Johnny for confirmation, which he confirms. The judge appears mildly surprised by the plea and asks for proof of innocence. The lawyer states that they currently have no proof and need time to gather it. Oh boy. Unfortunately for him again, he is his own star witness. He live streamed himself doing this. So he's exactly what the prosecutors need to, but exactly not what the defense needs when he's on the defense at least. But
okay, so here's the thing. Is this like an American court type system? Is there going to be a jury that he's got to convince? Or is the judge going to make all the decisions? You know what I mean?
In response, the prosecution requests a witness examination, stating that since Johnny denies the charges, they need to present witnesses. The judge agrees to allow a witness examination, but notes that given the sensitive nature of the charges, the victim will decide if the court will be open or closed. This means that the public and press may be restricted depending on the victim's preference.
Man. I mean, knowing his personality, I think like his behavior kind of like indicates that he's the type of dude that thinks like all publicity is good publicity. So I think he's actually going to keep it open, but I could be wrong.
Ulrich added some personal notes here where it says that Johnny seems to realize that he's actually in trouble here.
Oh, he does?
Hank seems very stressed. After court, the two marched out and are followed by reporters. A reporter asked Johnny if he still thinks that Korea is a vassal state. It's so hard to take that thing seriously.
I don't know what that means.
Ridiculous of a statement that was from him to begin with. It's just baffling to me. Like, who is facing decades in prison and then goes out to the public media and says that Korea is a vassal state of the United States? I don't know what that means. Like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, okay. So I think what a vassal state really means is it's probably like a puppet state. Like Korea is being controlled somehow by, according to like Johnny Somali is controlled by America, but that doesn't make much sense.
But this time, Johnny apparently was a little bit wiser and he remains silent. And Hank takes on the role of the pseudo lawyer, saying Johnny has no further comments. And they reach the bottom of the stairs and Hank yells profanities and swears at the people's parents. So I guess they're just taking turns on crashing out. Last time it was Johnny who was just acting out in court. Now I guess it's Hank. But apparently they blunderingly walk into the underground level and are forced to come back up and walk through a crowd of anti-Johnny attendees. And then Ulrich apparently spoke Korean and told Johnny that he is terribly short. But Johnny didn't understand that, so he muttered profanities in return apparently.
So what is interesting is like, I don't know if Hank is actually a Korean, because in a couple of his previous videos, he had the China flag in his room. So is he Chinese? I'm guessing he is Chinese. So, but he can speak Korean. And he's not in troubles, but why is he starting shit at the court?
But again, thank you, Dr. Ulrich, for the transcription of what actually happened
inside
Dr.
of the courtroom.
But Johnny just continues to lie in court.
And thank you, Atozi.
Everyone is already aware of how he's making his money in Korea. So why he would do this and just continue to lie, it's beyond me. But again, I would also ask the same question to basically 90% of the things he does. None of it makes sense. He's already admitted that what he's doing is not worth it. So I don't know why he continues to double down and double down and double down when he's already admitted, hey, this isn't worth it anymore. I'm not getting paid for this anymore. Okay, why are you still doing stuff to make your penalty harsher and to add time to your current 36 years of potential South Korean prison time?
I think that's because he is a very impulsive dude, right? Like, I think impulsive people cannot control their emotions. They cannot control their behavior. They cannot control anything. They will say, you know, something right now, like, oh, I'm not going to do shit. I'm not going to cause more trouble. And 3 seconds later, boom, they're going to cause trouble. They're going to do a lot of shit. So I think Johnny's that type of dude. Like, he's like a dog that chases his own tail, and he doesn't know what to do with it if he catches it.
It's just baffling how stupid this is. I mean, especially pleading not guilty to something he live streamed himself doing. That's a bold move, especially when it's just going to delay the inevitable sentencing and potentially give him a worse penalty if they do find him guilty for this. So the next trial,
he's going to be in Korea for
August.
a really long time.
If you want me to
go
there, drop a like on this video. But there's a little bit more to talk about.
Oh, let me like the video. And thank you, Atozi, for covering this. I hope you don't mind me reacting to the video
today. Because the YouTuber 15 Minutes of Shame, he's been posting a handful of videos over the last couple of days with clips from that stream that they did right after the trial day. And if I was gonna sum up the mood here, I would say that Johnny is still in this like in-between phase of denial and disbelief. And Hank is visibly hating his life with Johnny still living in a small apartment. Well, the first clip naturally isn't even about the trial because Johnny is still he's just so interested in others talking about him and how the reaction is to him. He's more interested in that than his own freedom and trial. So apparently he's just worried about how Asmongold is reacting to his content.
Honestly, it's easy content for him. The nigga sits there, he lets cockroaches crawl all over him, he drinks more soda pop than water. Why am I calling it soda pop? But then
is this guy literally talking shit about Asmongold while living under the same roof as Hank and not being able to take care of himself? Oh my god.
Sits there, reacts to a Tozy video, and just says, "Oh, Johnny's cooked. Johnny's this. Oh my god, he's a da da da." But oh my god, the narrative is changing. When a lot of these react to my videos now, like especially the Twitch streamers, because since they changed the rule on Twitch that like you can watch banned Twitch stream, I'm a banned Twitch streamer technically. They changed the rule that you can watch banned Twitch streamers content. A lot of these are laughing at the situation now.
Dude, people are laughing at how you will so willingly destroy your life for attention, with basically zero upside other than attention.
But what if like Johnny is actually like he had mental issues, but we don't know about that shit because I mean he's not diagnosed or whatever, right? So wouldn't that be kind of up if we discover like later he's actually like, but it's kind of hard to have sympathy for him because he doesn't have sympathy for other people. So even if he really does have some mental issues, like people are gonna still feel like they should lock him up and throw away the key.
I mean, Johnny is trapped in South Korea for a long time. He's not making good money anymore, and he's forced to mooch off his friend Hank to get by.
That's
clearly
crazy.
All of this is really getting to Hank.
Hey, y'all got 3 more months of Johnny Somali freedom. Like, I don't. There is a lot. Like, they're gonna clip it. I already know these channels, and they're the niggas that keep me relevant, bro. I can stream once a month, and I'm still relevant. My name is getting millions of views on YouTube, and I don't have to do nothing. The last time I streamed was 2 weeks ago. That's crazy power. That's crazy power.
Well, yeah, you're in the middle of an international criminal case. You're facing 36 years of prison time
maximum
simply because you're a moron addicted to attention on the internet. When we first started covering him in Korea, he was basically only facing like a slap on the wrist. Because the first time he was detained, etc., that was about walking around with the rotting fish on the bus.
That's what made him so brave about that shit, man.
As we saw from the chart earlier, that was a fine and or up to 30 days in jail, worst case
30 days is still too long.
As that charge is essentially the equivalent of a misdemeanor. But I guess with the attention back...
Imagine like having 30 days of your life like taken away from you. You sit in a cell, eat shitty prison food for 30 days, bruh. That's like 4 weeks. Like 5 days in prison is way too long for even like me, man. Dude, I don't even want to know like how does it feel to serve 30 days, let alone 36 freaking years, man.
Back on him from the commentary channels again. I guess he decides to just continue to act out in the worst way possible to keep videos being made on him. And now he's facing 36 years in prison. Congratulations, you played yourself? Like, that doesn't sound like power. That sounds like a massive skill issue. Why'd you do that to yourself, dude? But he also revealed that allegedly someone from the US Embassy came to his most recent court date.
I don't want to say nothing about the court, but let's just say there was somebody from the government at court today.
He's capping, man.
You know what I mean? Yes.
It's
not private information. It's not private information. There was a representative from the U.S. Embassy at the court today. I'm just gonna put that out there. My country looking out for me.
He's probably capping,
I'm a U.S. citizen at the end of the day, and they know this is.
Why would you assume that they're doing anything but monitoring the situation?
Yeah,
because,
they're probably monitoring
his American rights at
situation
home in America. Unfortunately, he still doesn't seem to realize he's at the mercy of the South Korean judge that he is actively threatening on his streams. But this is what Hank has to say revolving a lot of the hate that Hank's been getting for supporting Johnny.
I get partially, okay? Partially, I understand why Koreans are upset at Ramsey, because but
I'm not
I forgot his name is Ramsey.
What did I do? Why are they targeting?
You are guilty by association, bro. Dude, you're enabling Johnny. I think like Johnny can only behave the way he does because you're actually providing him with a safe shelter. You're giving him food. If Hank didn't exist, Johnny wouldn't be doing more of the harassing that he does. So in a sense, Hank is equally as responsible as Johnny. Not on the same level, but at some capacity, in my opinion.
Targeting me.
They're gonna clip this. Be careful what you say.
I know.
Okay.
Just
go ahead.
Let me please say, okay? What did I do that was so wrong? So just because my friend, like, let's say my friend screwed up, then that means I should abandon my friend? Like that's not loyalty.
I think loyalty would mean risking your friendship so that your friend doesn't get in more trouble. Like, I think if you're really a good friend, you would do everything in your power to stop Johnny from self-imploding. But you allowing him to do whatever he wants to do, get in more trouble, get charges added onto his carbon charges, and adding more to his prison sentence, I don't think you're a good friend. It almost seems like Hank is like, I don't know, like the tour guide that is guiding Johnny to his cell.
Do you understand what loyalty is?
Dude, your friend didn't screw up. He's making an active decision every single day to make his own life and your life as miserable as possible to get a little bit of attention online. He didn't even accidentally offend someone or accidentally commit a crime which puts you and your family in a position to have to pay for his legal representation. These are active decisions on his end as he continues to double down over and over and over again. You do not owe someone loyalty if they're actively destroying your life and damaging your
100%.
relationship with your family, because friends don't do that. Johnny is definitely not your friend if he's doing all that to you.
I shouldn't. I'm getting also punished by South Korea because of guilty by association. My mom and my dad.
Don't talk about your family. Don't talk about your family. Okay. Don't give these ammo. But don't get emotional on stream.
But anyway,
when I get emotional, I troll. Don't be serious. Okay.
What did I
good, Ignite.
Like,
I'm telling you.
Seriously, I didn't insult Korea. I didn't insult comfort women. I actually told Ramsey. I mean, I would have told Ramsey not to do it if he was gonna do it. He did it,
but you didn't tell him.
Without my knowledge.
I mean, the more Hank talks, the more clear it is to me that Johnny is completely taking advantage of him. It seems like that Hank isn't really playing with
I don't think like Johnny is taking advantage of him. I mean, in a sense, he is benefiting from Hank, but Hank is the one that is helping him. Like, Hank could just say like, I'm not letting you stay in my house. I'm not paying for your meals. And I'm not doing any of that.
full deck of cards, so to speak. And to preface that, that's a complete speculation, as I don't know the guy. But I also feel like that kind of showed in that interview he did back with the LA-based Korean podcast a few months ago about him and Johnny being jumped. But also just by like scraping the surface of how Hank was banned from the United States and his previous online political stunts and things
from the US.
Seem that he has quite a pattern of antisocial behavior. So I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny is one of his only friends, which is likely why he's so loyal to him. But at the end of the day, like, people are upset with Hank for going along with all this and directly financially supporting Johnny and enabling this guy's behavior.
I don't want you to get charged and stay here longer. I'm already planning to get you a room for yourself. Like, you're a unit, okay? Yeah. So yeah.
And my understanding here is if he actually goes ahead and sponsors an apartment for Johnny, that's not him paying for it. That's his family paying for that. And it also seems like, or well, he's admitted as well that his family hates Johnny. So why he would do that to his own...
How does his family even know about Johnny, right? Because I'm guessing Hank is Chinese, and would they even understand what is going on with Johnny? You know what I mean?
Own family, that's questionable as well. Like, if you're talking about loyalty here, why are you not being loyal to your own family? But meanwhile, Johnny is clearly very disappointed because, you know, he was hoping he was going to be able to leave after this court date.
It sounds like within a month, though, you could be out of here.
It is a possibility.
No way.
I mean, like, if everything goes well with the thing, then it should just kind of be resolved.
Whose voice is
that? You've got your passport still, so you
right here.
Yeah, you should be able to just kind of dip that.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, the big takeaway here is don't harass strangers in public for your live stream. That could save you a whole bunch of headaches.
Exactly.
Clearly, as we know very well here on this channel. If you want me to go to the next trial, please drop a like on this video. And also, shout out 15 Minutes of Shame, Legal Mindset, and Dr. Ulrich Node for making this video possible.
Yo, shout outs to those guys, man. Shout outs to Atozi, shout outs to Legal Mindset and the doctor.
But other than that, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. And YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video, so I would definitely recommend checking that out. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Yo, shout outs to the Tozy, man. I think like Hank has that sunk cost fallacy mindset where he feels that since he's put so much into Johnny, he can't back out. You know what I mean? Like he's got to kind of see it through. But honestly, if I was Hank, I would just cut the dude loose, man, because that dude is a sinking ship and he's dragging everyone down with him. And I think that's wow. Yo, you guys please go to Atozi's channel, watch the video, like the video and all that stuff. I hope Atozi doesn't mind me doing a react content from this, but cool. I really enjoyed the video.